I started off leaving the UK as I finished my degree. I went into a company called TNT Express, which is now FedEx, and I went in as a graduate trainee as an internal auditor. The internal auditor is the worst type of person. They go around annoying very senior people, asking very silly questions, and that's where I gained my experience. I gained my experience through different business units within TNT Express, and I learned by trade through finance, where I became qualified as a chartered accountant. Also learned by trade through also doing audits in commercial, supply chain, every single audit, all everything. Learned by trade. Took my career in every single part of the business, whether it comes to logistics, warehousing, freight management, and that's the first part I want to share with you. As investors, it has ultimately making sure you gain experience in everything you do. All right, you are not brilliant at everything, but you may be brilliant at one thing. Make sure when you build a business, you are growing. You learn every element of your business. Do not allow yourself to think that I'm the best, because you're not. Okay? You are good at what you do, so make sure that you learn you are not good at. After doing internal audit for about 5 years in the Netherlands, I was lucky enough to go to Singapore and be regional manager, looking after pretty much half the world. I did that for about 3 years. Then I moved to China, where I was looking at the Greater China. And I was also learning about back accounting. This comes to my next point. Make sure that you know your numbers. It is critical as an entrepreneur and as an investor, you know your numbers. I learned very, very quickly, going from a chartered accountant to a management accountant, how to make numbers look good and how to make bad numbers look good. Okay? It's critical. Do not allow yourself to not understand the numbers. You need to be in communication, whether you're at a CFO or outsource it. You have to understand your numbers. And that was the backbone of my life. My father taught me, high school, be an accountant. I didn't want to be an accountant. Accountants are geeks. Okay? But in reality, in the good times, you need accountants. In the bad times, you need accountants more. All right? So that was my start into my professional career. I was lucky enough about 10 years ago to move over to Vietnam. I came to Vietnam as FD of TNT Express, and then FedEx came in. But they asked me to be country general manager, but they didn't replace the FD. So I was also the FD, country general manager. Also, the sales and marketing director left. So I was also the sales and marketing director. And during my time as the finance director, I was also the IT director. The board of management meeting was extremely easy. Everyone agreed with me. All right? Because I was the only one at the time, apart from my ops side. But they knew that I had their back. All right? Every meeting was about us and doing the best we could do. In my year at TNT Express, and I believe we were in the operation to best perform the clubs in Southeast Asia. We run the best audit, the best sales, and the best. Then I got asked to come over to the DHL. I walked into a room on my own, pretty much the size of this area here, and I got asked to start up a complete domestic eCommerce network with the pipelines. It was the 8th of January, which is my birthday. I walked in, my regional director called me and said, Tom, 12th of July, we go live. Sorry, no, what do you do? It's Entrepreneurial, right? You're on your own. Yes, it's backed by multinational. You guys are doing it on your own, but it's the same. Where do you focus? I'm going to say this a lot in the next 15 minutes. People with process and systems. Focus on the people. When I started, I was on my own. You can't do everything on your own, and you're not the master of everything. You could be a jack of all trades, like they maybe, but make sure you surround yourself with people you can trust. So the first thing I went to is HR. I was doing 5 interviews a day to make sure that I can get the people in. But my focus was HR because they can help me find the right people. So I set up the HR team. Once that was set up, I could then grow in the business. And then the next thing for me, from a logistics point of view, is to grow the network. I'm hoping all of you here today are here because of the transport and logistics sector. You have to focus on your network. That is your product. If you're not doing your product properly, you are not doing your job. Whilst in HR, I built a network. And I went, because I have experience in Vietnam, the highs on it, because we all know from there, like, all right, we went to Hanoi, because we all know what they're like, and we brought them into the business so we could build the network. I supported them. I traveled around Ho Chi Minh, finding depots, traveled around Da Nang, finding a hub, traveled around Hanoi, finding a hub, and that's where we built the network. The next focus was their what? Silver network. Customers. So what did I do? I built the sales team. That's what you should be focused on. Build the product, make sure you know it, then fill the network. So I bought a VQ because you could deal with the Amazanos, the Shoppies, the larger customers, surround him with the locals, and then deal with the smaller customers. We were walking down streets in the middle of the night with our trousers rolled night, walking through water, knocking on doors from the smaller customers, turning up the meetings at the Lazada, the Shoppies, the TTs, etc., to try and fill that product that we had. Okay? Then is the people aspect of it. And then we've also worked with a regional team to ensure the system supports us. So then, in the process, we built the process and then we went forward. My goal at the beginning, where I started with the DHL, was to make sure that we are the best performing at the biggest launch in DHL e-commerce history. And we won. 5 months we did. Do you know why? Because we focused. Do not differ from your focus. Do not allow external parties or influences make changes to what you believe you should go. That's the problem in e-commerce a lot of the time. Everyone's chasing the next big thing. Your strategy should be the next 3 years. Where do you want to be? Where's your future state? Then work towards it. And yes, still be deviations, yes, still the external factors. But in reality, if you believe in your product, you will get there. Don't then change suddenly and go elsewhere. That's where I believe e-commerce and logistics should be. Understand the product, build the network, and then sell it with that customer base that you are focusing on. And do not differ. After we hit the biggest launch in DHL history, my next goal was to make sure that we are bigger after 1 year than any other country that did with DHL e-commerce system. And we got that, not because of me, because of my team. I've got the right people in the right position to make sure we succeed. We all have a high goal. The people in the regional, which would be your investors, also agree we work towards that. But my scope is not all going to be about, rainbows and unicorns. I also have a training. So I decided to leave DHL for a mutual agreement. And trust me, you will fail. Okay? But failure is the biggest learnings you'll ever have in your life. Because not only is like being good at what you do, seeing what you do is also a great experience. Trust me, you will fail, and it's a great thing. Don't let your head drop. Be the best you can do, and then take that experience and take it forward. Then, I was lucky enough to be invited to TIKi. Some of you know me from TIKi, and I believe TIKi is one of the best companies I've ever worked for. But when I worked with one other team, I realized there was huge amounts of improvements to be done to make it into best in class standard. And some of the elements that I saw was what I believe I could add value to. And some of the targets that I was given, I believed impossible. But again, people are working the right people. And those people were the ones that came from TNT, came from DHL into the business, and I replaced the ones. I started with that. I then lived the process. I lived the process. And then we're all the sisters teams so we support them. And some of the targets were impossible, but every day we've worked 1% better. That's all I want. 1% better. And you think that's not enough? 1% a day makes you 360% better over a year. The target is always massive. If you look at the end goal, in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you can't make it. Trust me, you can. The only way of working towards this is implementing steps every day, and you draft people along with you. And I'm not a boss. I'm a supporter. I'm a support function. I take responsibility. So should you. You make sure that every day, everyone believes in what you do, and you stick to your message. That's what I believe that run a successful company. We've made TIKi from whatever it was to 100% accuracy. Week in, week out. 0 loss, 0 damage. We saved millions as millions. We took a team of Fulfilment, 2,500 people, down to 760 people. We grew dark shops in 12 weeks, from 0 to 12 dark shops delivering within 1 hour across the 3 major cities. The targets are always massive. The stress is always there. But believe me, you can do it. But you far differ from where you believe you are meant to be. Surround yourself with good people. But remember, sometimes it's people that you surround yourself with are the best. But if you can trust them, you believe in them, you have a good relationship, this is where you succeed. You can't afford the best CTO. Trust me. You can't afford the best office manager. Trust me. But do you trust us? Do they work to you? Do they get what needs to be done? Yes. And that's what's more it is likely goal. That's our next point, right? We did bundles. Some of you know me from TIKi, and we made a huge difference. Then I went into consultants. He didn't want another failure. That's okay. Pick myself up. Then started my own consulting company. And it worked out. Because of the experience I gained, honesty that I have, and the ability to say, I'm lonely, I failed it, and I've learned yes. And this is what I want to work across you today. No matter what happens, pick yourself up. Surround yourself by people, process, and systems. Focus. End goal is where you want to be. Do not be distracted by certain external factors. It may go the best of right, but make sure you have a long-term strategy. With an eCommerce like now, everyone's chasing the next goal, the next money, the next this. And then they forget what they decided 3 months ago. You stick to your goals. You stick to your future state, you go for it, and then your investors trust in you. If you turn around after a couple of months to say, oh, I chased our hype, seriously, you will not succeed. You need to focus on where you want to be. Surround yourself by people, make sure the processes are working, and you have a system in place. Lucky enough now, I am looking after APAC and the greater world for Brandpart. So Brandpart now is a still a company, a cross-border company where we build brands, okay? So it works out. That's what I want to say for today. People, process, systems, and focus. Do not worry about it. Stick to your goals and be the best as you can be, and I promise you, you'll succeed. Okay? So thank you very much.